Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I thought I'd do this video around this time of year because of course it's the ending of the year. I think we've had a kind of emotional year when it comes to GW, some big releases, a lot of Primaris stuff. I'm a happy chappy with that. There's been some Xenos releases, of course not as much as the Space Marine stuff. You know, Chaos got budgeted releases, Abaddon, all the kind of cool stuff that we expect, expected or that we hope for. Sisters, of course, kind of released this year, but the main release is going to be next year. So in this video, I just want to go over a few of the things that released, but more or less I want to talk about what I expect to come next year. More or less what my wish list is really for next year. These are the biggest things I would like to see happen in the tabletop when it comes to maybe rules, models, factions, armies, lore, you know, all that kind of stuff that surrounds the tabletop scenario. So let's jump in and let's get started. Right, so the biggest thing I expect to come next year is, of course, I think we all know this, is Sisters of Battle. That's going to be the first big release of January. It's just going to be the full range. Everything that's not out at the moment will be released in that month. It's going to be big, it's going to be massive. Yeah, that's going to happen. That is an easy thing to talk about. Now, after that, we've been told that the bit, is it LV, is it something, that big thing in America, that big gathering, I always forgot what it's called. I think it's called Adepticon, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But they've said that's going to be the biggest Warhammer event preview that they've ever done. So I'm expecting some massive things from that. And of course, one of the biggest things probably that's going to be coming out of that, and this is just a rumor at the moment, is the announcement of God, I can't even believe speaking. The announcement of 9th edition. And if that does happen, then I'm sure there's going to be big things attached to that. A lot of people don't want 9th edition. I'm quite happy with 8th edition. Yes, I am a narrative player. I'm not a tournament player. I know there's probably tournament players out there saying, well, there's a lot wrong with 8th edition. There probably is. But for me, playing 8th edition, I don't really see those type of problems. So at the moment, me personally, I'm happy playing 8th edition. Maybe 9th edition will be kind of like an 8.5 where they stay on the track of having 8th edition, but just improve it in some kind of areas and, you know, make it a little bit better where the problems actually lie. I'd be down for that, and I think it would be good. Changing it completely into a whole new game system could really shake it up for me. I'd be like, oh, good God, here we go again. Time to learn again. So I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but I'm sure we'll be seeing, there's a lot of rumours flying around at the moment. Most of the rumours are just bouncing off each other. Like, there's certain sites, I'm sure you know the certain sites I'm talking about, they put up a rumour, then that site mirrors their rumour, then that site then mirrors their rumour, added a little bit more to it, and it just becomes this pinball machine of rumours where there's no actual stuff added. It's just people bouncing off each other. So yeah, that is one of the main problems at the moment in time. But anyway, enough about 9th edition, enough about all that rumour stuff. Let's jump down the rabbit hole and talk about new actual models, armies, all that kind of stuff. Because for me, there's only one thing there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to in 2020, but the main thing is more Primaris stuff. Come on now, you expected this. Me, I'm a Primaris fanboy, I'm an Imperial fanboy. Yes, we'll talk about some Xenos stuff in a second, but let's just get the good stuff out the way first. So with Space Marines, with Primaris, we've more or less had like the light launch. And what I mean by the light launch is that we've had like the light infantry. So we've had the Vanguard Marines, we've had you know, the little stealth mech kind of dreadnought suit and everything like that. But what I want now for my Primaris, I want some heavy stuff. I want some really big, moving, powerful kind of throw everything at me and I will smack it away, you know, kind of monstrosity, big mech unit kind of creatures, suits, battle things and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that this is the year that they'll do that with the Primaris. I know there's a lot of talk about people saying, are Primaris ever going to get Terminators? You can make the argument that aggressors are basically Terminators, but, you know, aggressors can't teleport. So if you can't teleport, are you really a Terminator? That's what it comes down to me when I do my arguments. And of course, when we talk about big stuff, I think the biggest thing for me would be a transport for my Primaris. Now, I know we've had a transport. It is kind of a transport. Well, It is technically it is a transport. Can it transport a lot? No, it can't. It can transport a little bit, but it can't transport a lot. When they announced this transport, I was like, oh yes, finally, something to put my aggressors into, something to get them up the board and just bring all the DACA. And then when I read the rules, and he was like, no aggressors are allowed in this, I was like, Emperor, damn it, why did they do this to me? So hopefully, when they make a new transport, well, if they make a new transport, they'll make it, you know, to fit the bigger type units in. Let's just not, well, kill two birds with one stone. Make a flying Primaris transport that can carry Gravis armor. There we go, GW. Yeah, I've just made you millions and millions of pounds just by making that one product right there, because that's what everyone bloody wants who's a Primaris player. And also, let's talk about Primaris characters as a whole, because what we're seeing now is a new era, really, of the chapters, which are the first founding chapters embracing the Primaris. We've had Tigurius, we've had Calgar, we've had not Dante, Mephiston, hopefully Dante very, very soon, but these are the big kind of characters now that are stepping forward, that are going over the Rubicon and are taking the Primaris treatment to become bigger, better, faster, stronger. Now, hopefully, this carries on and we'll get to see more characters. Azrael is on everyone's lips. I know this could be happening during this whole next bit of the Psychic Awakening. There's stuff like Ragnar for the Space Wolves, everything like that, you know. So hopefully they carry that on and we actually get more characters, because that is something that I personally think the Primaris lack at the moment, is that we just don't have the personality. And I'm going to talk about personality a little bit more about the Imperial Guard at the moment, because that's a big talking point of this video. So I just feel that we don't have that. Like the HQs we have are just generic. They're just generic HQs. So I'd like to see more involvement and more production in that area. Remember, like the old Space Marines used to have like that collection of like chapter masters and stuff you could buy, and they were like all cool poses and stuff like that. They're like a little box set. We don't really have that for the new Primaris chap, so having, you know, more of that kind of design would be a lot welcome with me. Now, I haven't forgotten about Xenos players. I know I talk about Imperials a lot. I talk about the, you know, everything loyal to the Emperor, because hey, guess what? I'm loyal to the Emperor. This channel is loyal to the Emperor, and that is what I love talking about, and, you know, that's what I love doing, so that's what I mostly talk about. Who would have thought it? But yes, I completely agree with you Xenos players who are always messaging me saying, hey, Varak, what about the Xenos players? Yes, you chaps deserve to get some love as well, whatever it may be. Eldar, Orcs, Tyranids, Necrons, Dark Eldar, Harlequins, I know the more all pointy is, but, you know, you chaps deserve to get your day in the sun as well. Some races that have had a little bit, like the Psychic Awakening with the Eldar, Dark Eldar and stuff like that, the box set, you got new characters, but there wasn't really a lot. I want to see something on the lines of, you know, like, well, not full-on sisters, but, you know, that kind of love where you get more or less a lot of units completely redesigned for you. Again, I have no really qualms to which kind of race should get it, just as long as Xenos get some love. If you really want to go down the side street, let's just say maybe they just ignore the races that we have at the moment and bring in a new Xenos race, whatever that may be. That could be a nice, cool little feature. A brand new army coming into Warhammer 40,000 that is not, you know, loyal to the Emperor of Mankind, or is not Imperium based. It's Xenos. It's a Xenos faction that wants to burn, kill anything to do with the Imperial Chaos, you know, other Xenos races. That could be really, really fun to bring into the mix. What could that be? No idea. I'm sure you chaps will put some suggestions down in the comments about that. Now, as I briefly mentioned before, one of the biggest gripes for me is personality, customization and stuff like that. And one of the biggest areas I think that's been hit by this is the Imperial Guard. Now, I've talked about this quite a lot when I stream and stuff, but what we have at the moment is Cadia. And Cadia is great. Don't get me wrong. I love Cadia. I love the lore about Cadia. I'm not bad-mouthing Cadia at all. But at the moment, it's just Cadia, and it's very, very bland. If you harken back to my day, when I really got into 40k, and I was reading stuff, you know, about the Imperial Guard and stuff, you had stuff like the Valhalla Ice Warriors, the Praetorians. Oh my holy emperor! The Praetorians are the best Imperial Guard regiment that has ever walked the face of any planets. They're just bloody... They're amazing. Pith helmets and everything like that with las guns. How awesome can you get? Vostrian Firstborn, Talat Desert Raiders, you know, all these awesome Imperial Guard regiments that used to have so much flavour, so much personality, and they just stood out on the tabletop. It was that rule of cool. That is what it is for 40k and tabletopping. Like, when I go to and play my friends, I don't care if your gun can blow me off the table from 90 inches away. All I care about is, guess what? I look way cooler than you. That's what it all comes down with to me. I look amazing. Yes, I will die in the millions, but I will die looking fabulous. And it's such a shame now because we don't have that anymore. Yes, I know they did some like buy it again metal stuff for the Vostrians and stuff like that. Yes, you can argue that you could go to third-party retailers and buy some of this stuff, but for me, I like buying official stuff. I like buying official branded GW stuff. Yes, I do buy third-party stuff, don't get me wrong, but to see, I don't know, let's for argument's sake, imagine if they brought Praetorians back, or Mordian Iron Guard, or something like Valhalla Ice Warriors. They brought out all these brand new bloody awesome sculpts, and you know, with the technology that they have now, just look at some of the models that they're making, and they brought it back with the new Imperial Guard regiments and gave them back some customization, some personality. It would sell fantastic. I will guarantee it right now, GW, that if you brought back the old regiments for the Imperial Guard, it would sell better than the Sisters of Battle. I guarantee it. I definitely guarantee it. And if it doesn't, then I will pay for it all. I will officially bankrupt myself on my word for you, because that is how much people want this. That is how much people love the bloody Imperial Guard. They're amazing. I love it all. It's just such a shame that it's just Canadians. Again, I'm not mouthing Canadians for people saying, God damn it, Valrak, Canadians are cool. I love Canadians. But, you know, if I want to customize my Cadians now, I have to go out and buy like 6 boxes of like pistolets from Warhammer Fantasy just to get like feathery plumes for their heads and stuff. It's costing me a huge chunk of change to customize 5 to 10 guys, and it's just not worth it, I don't think. And it's just crappy that we have all this source material, these awesome regiments that you've built up over the years, and then just stop supporting them straight away. So please, one of the biggest wish things I would like for next year is for those chaps to return in some kind of format and give them new customizable options, because I think it would be a massive sell point. And I know this is mostly about like tabletop stuff, but let's not forget about the media side of 40k now. They are branching out into the media side of things. Next year, I want to see more information on this new Eisenhorn live TV series. That is like falling back to like at the back of the line at the moment. You know, they announced that there was so much hype about that, and it's more or less gone dead. So hopefully we'll get more information about that. We've got the Angels of Death thing coming from Richard and his team. That is looking absolutely incredible. This is the thing that excites me the most now, is that GW are going into a new area which can do a lot of good for us as fans, because this is what we all want. I want to see TV series of Space Marines plowing through Xenos hordes. I want to see like Necrons ripping apart, you know, like Imperial Lions and stuff like that. This is what I want. I want to see the visual side of 40k in stories and stuff, because you have so many rich, awesome stories, books, everything attached to it, characters, you know, conflicts to explore, to bring to the screen. It can be an incredible time for us 40k fans. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of that, starting, and of course, as I mentioned, with the Angels of Death, which I think the main trailer is going to be coming out in January, and oh boy. Yes, I'll be definitely doing a video dedicated to that, because I cannot wait, brothers. All right, Chaperonios, I'm just going to call the video there, because I don't want to be rambling on for too long. If I've forgotten anything, maybe I'll do like a part 2 to this or something like that. But I'd like to know what you're looking forward to the most, or what's on your wish list for next year. If you're a Space Marine fan, if you're a Xenos fan, you know, what kind of weapons, what kind of models would you like GW to do? Maybe, you know, you agree that maybe they should bring a brand new army. And again, if you are one of those people, what army should it be? Should it be a Xenos army? Should it be something like squats? Come on now. Do it, GW. Imagine if GW brought squats back. Oh my god. The panda. Oh my. I'd lose my mind. I would literally lose my mind. It'd be one of the greatest days of my life to see the mighty squats return to tabletop. Right, that is me done. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts, feedback down below in the comment section, and we can have a nice little chat down there as always. See you now, and bye-bye.